Hello there, welcome back. You see, for some of those keen-eyed observers out there, such as yourself, you may have noticed the appearance of a certain lovely little instrument in some of the recent videos I've made. And I thought that I have fallen in love with this instrument to the point where I believe it deserves its own kind of introduction. Now, as customary here, let me invite you to please grab your hot refreshing beverage, sit down, join with us, and let's get into the topic. And I say, if after that this instrument does not speak for itself, then you're wrong. No, but more in depth. What guitar am I holding? This is a Martin, a Road series guitar. As the name indicates, it's part of that series within the standard lineup of the guitars, which is sort of in the middle economic tier. So, you know, it's quite a bit of an economic investment for a guitar, but it still doesn't bust the bank. Now, as I've seen, obviously, through a couple of articles and, you know, just general news circulating, that 2020 has been a pretty good year for sale of guitars. Nice! And I'm pretty confident that I have helped that number kind of skyrocket. But I think that's fucking great, and for any of you out there, I'm pretty sure that, you know, some questions may have come to your mind. When you're thinking about buying your first guitar, obviously, you know, looking up at the greats and who's kind of doing their thing, you see a couple of names. In my head, I always think of Martin and Taylor first off, but with regards to Martin, you think of John Mayer, you think of, you know, little Ed Sheeran, and then you think of Eric Clapton and the wonderful array of artists that have signed with Martin. The thought comes up, you know, these guitars are expensive. Are they worth it? Well, I will put my answer to you in the following. And I really hope that my microphone and then my, you know, kind of editing skills can really do this guitar justice. But considering the fact that it's not part of, you know, the official USA standard lineup of guitars, the tone is magnificent. Frankly, there's a whole other video idea that I could kind of dedicate entirely to made in Mexico or made in Japan or made in, you know, X or Y country as opposed to US made. But, you know, that's going to take a little bit too much time. So we'll do that some other point in the future. So do consider dropping us a sub to stay tuned for more. But in short, the advancements in technology and the quality of the guitars coming out of these new factories major companies are establishing in other countries is producing some extraordinary instruments for the cost. And yes, maybe they do save some money on the quality of the materials. For example, this particular instrument doesn't benefit from a rosewood neck or maple or, you know, whatever you may want to put here. This is pure ferro, which, mind you, still feels great. You know, it's not like anything radical's changing. The overall body is still spruce, it still feels great, it still sounds great, it still has a magnificent resonance, as I'm pretty sure you could hear in some of those little attempts to give you some sort of harmonics. And I love this guitar. Frankly, I felt very safe making the economic investment in picking this up, because I know it's designed, as the Road series is, to be the workhorse guitar. You know, you take this to your gig, you're not scared if it kind of gets tossed around a little bit. It's not, you know, the vintage guitar you need to keep for 50 years. It just gets you there, you know, and it sounds good. And the more impressive thing for me is, whereas in Mexico made for stuff electric guitars, where the electronics can sort of cover up maybe some other material weaknesses in the instrument, with this, I mean, unless you puck it in, but I mean, the pickup is a Fishman, so like, it's high quality, but it's just very nude. It's out in the open, and it's there to tell you what it is, and it's beautiful. I'm hoping that I've been able to show you and give you a moment to get to know this lovely instrument, which I feel very fortunate to own, have, and I've just fallen in love with, really, and I'm hoping will be my companion for years to come. If you liked what I had to say, if you like my playing, like the instrument, please consider giving us a sub or any of that good stuff down below. And tune in for much more coming soon from this big